Then that's going to kind of lead us into our last record that we think is going to be broken this year, and we're going to go to the other side of the ball. And um, we are have Cleveland Brown family up in Ohio, and we always feel bad for them. But this year, we feel like they're going to have a really good season, probably one of the best seasons the Browns have had in a really long time. And we think Myles Garrett is going to be the one that really kind of helps take them to the promised land by
Yeah.
breaking the single season sack record that has been going that has been around for 20 years now that Michael Strahan set in 2001 of 22.5 sacks. And
Hmm.
I think it's highly possible. Myles Garrett is one of
Yeah.
the best defensive linemen in the league, and they're going to have a relatively easier schedule compared to some of the other top defensive linemen.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that the Steelers' offensive line got weaker. The Ravens got rid of Orlando Brown. And then the Bengals' offensive line did not draft Penei Sewell, and
Mm-hmm.
they kind of waited a little bit to try and bring in offensive line help that for a struggling offensive line already. If you
Yeah.
couple that with the fact that the Falcons signed Tack McKinley and Jadeveon Clowney in the offseason to go opposite of Myles Garrett,
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll see Myles Garrett kind of in a reverse situation of what we said about Derrick Henry is that he will have probably more one-on-one matchups than he's ever had in his career this year just because of the talent that's on the other side. And so
Yeah.
I think as long as he can stay healthy, uh, I mean he'll be abusing offensive lines for 17 games this year.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully for the Browns fans well into the playoffs. But I really think that he has a chance to get 20 plus sacks and possibly break this record.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that was he really started to come on towards the end of last season. Like everyone already knew his dominance, but he did miss two
Hmm.
games last year. And if he can ride that momentum
Hmm.
into this season, he can have a dominant start to the 2021 season. Another thing as well is he's one of the faster edge rushers just in open field speed, and he's facing
Yeah,
a lot of dual threat quarterbacks now in the league. Starting off with
yeah,
Patrick Mahomes, they play Lamar Jackson twice. Ben
yeah,
Roethlisberger is not one of them, but that offensive line is very weak, so he'll be able to
yeah,
get after Roethlisberger there. Um, but yeah, he is going to have, I think, a lot of opportunity to get just a shit ton of sacks, just an absolute
yeah,
ton
yeah,
of sacks. So
yeah.
it's going to
And
be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to see the Browns actually
yeah,
be
I
very good
actually
this
have a
year.
couple more reasons why I think he'll do it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the first one, uh, the Browns secondary is much improved. They have a better safety help over the top, so the defense is going to benefit
Mhm.
from that by getting more coverage sacks, right? And then I think the Browns offense is going to score a lot of points this year, and that means other teams are going to have to score a lot of points.
Yeah.
So when the Browns get up, teams are going to have to throw the ball, especially in the third and fourth quarter, to try and either keep up or catch up.
Hmm.
And when you do that, that's going to allow the Browns to rush Jadeveon Clowney, Tack McKinley, and Myles Garrett. And I
Yeah.
think just his pass rush attempts are going to go up, and I think just because of that law of averages, so will his sacks.